John Kurtz here with your in-game update on K-State HD TV. Great day of football going on to open the 2017 season. The upset of the day taking place in the Big 12 Conference, Texas and Maryland earlier today. Tom Herman's debut for the Longhorns. They were down big early, 27-7. But pay attention to special teams in this one. It was a big factor. Holton Hill gets Texas back into the game with a 71-yard blocked field goal return for a touchdown. 4 non-offensive touchdowns in this game, but Maryland late would ice it. Here's a touchdown run from Jake Funk, 12 yards out, and Maryland goes on to knock off Texas and spoil Tom Herman's debut. Michigan, Florida, the big national game of the early slate. Wilton Speight goes deep early on, and Michigan on top 10-3 after he connects with Tariq Black. Then Michigan throws one of 2 pick sixes here to Florida. The Gators were in front after this one. C.J. Henderson, 41 yards to the house, but Michigan would score 23 unanswered points to win that one, 33-17. Kansas looking for David Beatty's third win as head coach. Has 2 Peyton Bender touchdown passes. They lead 14-0 early. And Liberty with a 6-0 lead on Baylor as the Matt Rule era starts. Back with more at the end of the second quarter. But the Wildcats would get going with a DJ Reed return, 96 yards to the 4. I say slow start. This on the opening kickoff. DJ Reed just could not quite take it all the way to the house. Eventually, the Wildcats would punch it in after Reed's return, a 1-yard TD run here for Alex Barnes, and it was 7-0 K-State just a minute and 2 seconds into the game. Later, Matthew McCrane would tack on a 53-yard field goal for K-State that tied his career long, the third 50-plus yarder of his career. Central Arkansas, though, showed some fight. As I mentioned, a bit of a slow start defensively for K-State. This is a 37-yard touchdown run for Brandon Cox, capping off a 75-yard drive. It was tied at 10 with a minute 27 left in the first. Jesse Ertz then finds Isaiah Harris, who had a 100-yard receiving game. This one goes 25 yards. He had a 24-yard catch as well in the game. And then threading the needle, Jesse Ertz in the back corner of the end zone. It is hauled in by Isaiah Zuber, his third career touchdown. At that point, K-State up 17-10. Ertz not done. How about this move from Byron Pringle? See you later. Pringle showing why he has been much hyped throughout this fall camp, and he takes that one all the way to the house, part of a big game that Byron Pringle had. Later on, DJ Reed back at it again. He'll take a punt return, 62 yards for a touchdown. Reed earning all Big 12 accolades for his returning ability, showing why. Nearly 2 touchdowns in this one, and now he gets involved defensively as well with an interception, 4th of his career. Almost had a shot at a return on that one as well. Here's Jesse Ertz uncorking one deep down the field before halftime. Dalton Schoen with his first career catch. How's that for your first career action? A 70-yard touchdown pitch and catch there. 2 50-plus yard TDs in the first half for the Wildcats. It was 38-16. K-State at the half. Then Jesse Ertz goes back to the Byron Pringle well, 48 yards in the third quarter. It would eventually set up a field goal from Matthew McCrane. This one a 28-yarder for McCrane, one of the most accurate kickers in the country. 41-16 Cats, 10:22 mark of the third quarter. Going deep all game long was Jesse Ertz. This time it's Isaiah Harris's turn to find pay dirt as he will finish this one off. 64-yard touchdown pass from Ertz to Harris. More 50-yard touchdown plus passes for K-State in this game than they had the entire season last year. Cats at that point up 48-19. Now the defense gets involved. Look at this hit from Elijah Sullivan, the linebacker getting his action as a Wildcat. It's scooped up by Denzel Goolsby, K-State starting safety. Then Skylar Thompson playing at quarterback with Jesse Ertz out of the game. Known for his arm, but how about the legs? 18 yards on the first career carry of Skylar Thompson. That would set up Dalvin Warmack. He would get into the end zone for the first time in his career. This was an 18-yard touchdown run for Warmack. 52-yard drive for the Cats, 6 plays. And at the 12:35 mark of the fourth quarter, K-State was rolling. Getting a chance to see some newcomers for the Wildcats in this game. One of those is Eli Walker. Makes a tackle for loss as soon as he gets into the ball game. And then K-State would force their 3rd turnover of the game. Long return would eventually be wiped out, but Brogan Berry with the hit on the quarterback, and Kyle Ball almost took this one back for a touchdown. A penalty would remove some of that return, but the K-State defense with its 3rd forced turnover of the game. And it all adds up to a 55-19 Wildcat victory. Here's another long Skylar Thompson rush before it's all said and done. A 30-yarder this time, so 48 yards on a couple carries there for Skylar Thompson as he had a couple chunk runs in the football game. Cats in this one over 500 yards of total offense, 519 to 399. They outgained Central Arkansas, although UCA did dominate time of possession. But look at the passing yards, 333 for K-State. Wildcat streak of 200-plus yard rushing games, which was at 7 in a row after last year, is snapped. But you have to like what you saw from Jesse Ertz and company throwing the football in this one.